already know what it is, man. Female beast, Slim Jenkins. Whoa there. Slim back on some other shit. I done took a couple L's, but you'll never see me forfeit, yeah. I was sleeping on some bullshit, but I'm done playing on some horse shit. This been a plan, I ain't forced this. Niggas all on their duty now, how they quick to judge you on some court shit. They shoot to say they shot me, I plan to kill it, no, I'm coming with a full clip. And I'm always keeping it 100, niggas gave me change back on some short shit. Playing no games, gotta get on top, cause I'm trying ball on some sports shit. Who that girl too saucy, watch the drip. Walk right past your bitch and made her slip. Ain't no way to surf this wave, you need a ship. Try to serve me up a plate, I leave a tip. All about getting my bag, give me the chips, then dip. If he ain't talking about cash, then he ain't talking about shit. They try to get fly and they crash, I hit the runway and rip. You get me out of my bag, then I'ma pocket your bitch. I been popping no jack in no box, ain't gotta be square to get put in no box. Life is a movie, my haters are props, don't let your ego get you hit in your block. I'm at your head, cop out the top, cuffing the game, but I am the cop. If you ain't with it, then you was the op. Niggas be lame, they need to stop. See me and you, we ain't congruent. Niggas stay rapping about some shit that they ain't doing. How you in the kitchen, nigga, ain't shit brewing. But your bitch, she know the night, so when she say it, they gon' chill it. They just putting on scenes. Shit ain't really what it seems. I don't relate to all the fake shit. Nah, nigga, that ain't in my jeans. It's a real dirty game. Hard to keep shit clean. I ain't never had to knock the next man to build up my self-esteem. I've been patiently waiting, yeah, I've been steady chasing. They steady hating, no relation, no, my hoes ain't basic. And why they making up excuses, me, I make a statement. And make these niggas pay attention like they making payments. Real life, I know you niggas feel me. Let me say a little louder for the ones on the back that can't hear me. Since day one, I've been the real me. I shock up in that water, they can't reel me. All facts. Just give me the paper. Female beast. Slap Jenkins. You need.
What is up, everybody? Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Yeah, y'all should be able to hear me. Wait, hold on. Can y'all hear me? I don't know if y'all can hear me. I might have to. Okay, I think y'all can hear me. Let me know in the Miss Matrix. What up? How you doing? Let me know, Miss Matrix, if you can hear me in the chat. Hopefully you're still in here. Y'all know when y'all come in, please hit the like button, please hit the share button, please hit the subscribe button to Stargazer Sports. So if you haven't subscribed to Stargazer Sports, what are you doing? I hope that you know what? I can check myself to see if I'm live. I can see that I'm live, but I'm sorry to see if y'all can hear me because I know it'll take a while for y'all to actually get into the chat. So I'll have to test my own stuff out. Okay, I checked. I'm good. So y'all should be able to hear me. I told y'all I'd be back for this show. Tried to do it. What was that? 2 days ago. I think that was on Saturday. I tried to do it, but I just did not have enough time to get everything that I needed to get in because I ended up recapping the Atlanta Dream game. If y'all haven't seen that stream, go back and watch it. That was a great stream where I give my thoughts on the current state of the. This is the video where I give my thoughts on the current state of the Atlanta Dream and what needs to be changed. But yeah, please go back and watch that for sure if you haven't seen it already. And I kind of do like the intro to this show, but honestly, I'm probably going to end up just starting from square one, like just start all over and then go from there. But y'all know before y'all come in, oh no, not before, but when y'all come in, please hit the like button, please hit the share button. I know I am going live at a random time, so uh, probably maybe a little bit minute for people to come in, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? And of course, everybody will be able to watch on the playback anyway. And I also want to encourage y'all, please donate to Stargazer Sports. Um, I would like to give a shout out, and if I see him in the chat, somebody donated to my Cash App last show, and I did not see it till after the show, and I didn't shout him out. So I do want to shout out Red and Milky Way. Shout out to Red and Milky Way. If I see you in the chat, then I'm gonna give you another shout out. But hopefully, you'll see this on the playback. I really appreciate you donating to Stargazer Sports. Everybody, I say every penny helps. So anything that you want to donate to Stargazer Sports would be great. I also encourage y'all to use the super chats. We did work hard building this base to finally get to 1,000 subscribers so that we can use super chats. I do know that they say doing cash apps are better because super chats they do take out taxes and different things like that. But I want to encourage y'all to use the super chat. Whatever way you can give, I'm happy with it. Also, super chats also highlights your message so that if you do have a comment or anything like that, I can see it. But let me get some. All right, so that should be good. But hopefully y'all can hear me better. All right, I turn it down for myself so it's so loud. But it should be pretty low for y'all as well. But anyway, thank y'all so much for rocking with Stargazer Sports. We're gonna go ahead and get into the show. I am gonna put myself on camera soon, just do handling some stuff. But I want to go ahead and I guess we could start off right now, just recapping the game briefly. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on recapping the game, but we did play the Toronto Tempo on Sunday, I believe. So we could just take a look at that game. I can spend this first 15 minutes of the show because I know there'll be more people coming in. And I was just able to put things out on my social media. So hopefully more people will be coming in. But let me go to the game. All right. And I think I can share my screen with y'all. All right. Okay, but anyway, y'all can see we look at the box score. Obviously, we won 89-76. We're just looking at general numbers. Jess 14 points, 5 of 11, 0 of 1 from the 3-point, 4 from 4 from the free throw line, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, a turnover, 3 turnovers, a steal and a block. Sorry, a steal, no blocks. Plus 27. So obviously she did a hell of a job. I feel like this was a game that this was like a complete team effort is how I would describe this game. I feel like everybody contributed. You saw everybody going hard too. That was one of the things you really saw people trying, even when they didn't have the ball, like, doing their best to get open, doing their best to rebound, playing sticky defense, and all of those contributed to this win. We do have to know that the Toronto Tempo are down a lot of players. They're down like 2 to 3 stars. So that is something that I do want to highlight. And they are a losing team, right? You can see their record up here. They're 9-11, right? So they are a losing team. Now, had they beat us, they would have, I think, been winning. Yeah, because they would have been 10. Oh, they would have been 500. So if they had to beat us, they would have been 500. But of course, they didn't beat us. So they're not a bad team. You know what I'm saying? They're, of course, like right there. And like I said, they are missing like 2 to 3 stars. They're missing Brittany Sykes, and they're missing, I think her name is Kiki Rice, which was balling out for them before she got hurt. So, but even so, and let me see if I can expand this so y'all can see it. Well, y'all should be able to see it good. That's as far as I can expand it on my end, but hopefully y'all can see it. But anyway, Hawaii career, 10 points, 4 of 6, 2 from 3-point, right? So she did pretty good, had 3 blocks. Did not know she had 3 blocks. So I got to put some respect on your name, Hawaii, because I said you're not a good defender, but 3 blocks and 1 steals, I'll take it. Then we look at Arike, 10 points, 4 of 13. And really, a lot of those attempts came, I feel like, in the 4th. She just started shooting up some 3s. So those numbers are kind of inflated, where I feel like they weren't like, what's the word? I don't know what I'm trying to say. So I'll just say she went 4 of 13. So she obviously didn't shoot great. 1 of 7. 1 of 1 from the free throw line, but she had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, right? And she was obviously plus 24, and she was playing great defense. I think she played great defense on Mabry, and was able to contain Mabry for most of the game. So I think she did a pretty good job on that. Keep it on the loop. But anyway, so did a pretty good job on Mabry. Moving on, Paige, 22 points, 9 of 16, 1 of 3, 3 of 3. She did pretty good. 3 rebounds, 7 assists. Paige had a great game as well, right? And then you also got Azzi Fudd, who had a pretty good game. Like, honestly, I was really pleased with this game from Azzi. 17 points, 6 of 16. So that's almost 50%. It's probably, I don't know the actual percentage. Let me see. I can do the math. I can do the math. 6 divided by 16. Okay, so she shot at 37%, and Arike shot at 30%. So that her and Arike both shot in the 30%, believe it or not. But of course, Azzi, she had the most Oh no, okay, her and Paige balanced with attempts. I thought she had the most attempts, but they both had 16 attempts. So she went 5 of 11 from 3 point, which I think that's pretty good. Didn't really have many free throws. But had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and a block. So AZ, of course, I would say the one huge shocker about AZ is the fact that she is a phenomenal defender. I don't think anybody. This was not her strong suit coming out. Like I said, from the scouting report that I saw, they said that she basically is an effort defender, but not like a real serious defender. But with the stats, honestly, y'all, that she's putting up, like defensively, she's kind of making a case, no lie, for all defensive team, if not first team, second team for sure. I mean, she's leading all guards in blocks and steals. Like, it's just not really. I think maybe her and Ryan Howard may be neck and neck. I can actually check that. And then I'm gonna get into my show. But let me do that before I check that. I like to look at the team stats. Okay, because you see, we kept Mabry to 19 points. Y'all know Mabry's been going off. Mabry just tied for the most points in a WNBA game ever with 53 points, I think. 53 points. Only person in the league that has that is Asia Wilson. So it's her, Asia Wilson, and somebody else that are tied for number one with the most points scored in a WNBA game ever. So Mabry is something serious. The fact that we kept her to 19 is amazing. Because she could easily put 30 points on you. Easily. And not think twice. But anyway, let's see. We shot better from the field, 33 of 75. Shot better from the 3-point, 10 of 26. Shot better from the free throw line, 93%, which is great. That's great. You only missed 1 free throw. 42 rebounds compared to 35. Offensive 16 to their 13, and then we killed them on defensive rebounds. 26. Well, not killed them. That's kind of balanced too. But 26 defensive rebounds is still a lot. 16 offensive rebounds, 16 assists, 7 steals. They had 5 steals, 6 blocks. We got them on the blocks. And I think 3 of those is from AZ, 3 of those is from Milwaukee team. 6 blocks compared to their 11 turnovers. So we didn't even really have that many turnovers. Points conceded off turnovers. They got us there. They got 23 points off turnovers. We only got 16. Fast break points, we had 15. They had 19 points in the paint, 38 to 32, which is great. Fouls, we had more fouls, but I mean, obviously it didn't matter. And our largest lead was 20, and we led pretty much the whole game. So this was a game where we had pretty much in hand from the start of the game. We had the game in hand. And we stayed there. So that's why I say I feel like this was a great team effort all around. Offensively, defensively, looking for teammates. How many assists did we have? 16? Okay. So yeah, I think everybody did a great job. This is a great team win, right? Everybody contributed. Everybody did their part. Okay, but and then let me put myself. I can take this off the screen. So I want to also say this, that before I get into the show, I want to do this disclaimer. This is not an Azzi Fudd bash show. Okay, this is not me trying to say Azzi is ass. We don't need her. Send her to the bench. You're not gonna hear no shit like that from me on this show, because that's not why I'm here at all. What I'm here to do is to talk about what I believe is best for the team moving forward, so that we continue to win, not just against below 500 teams, but that we can win against the best teams. Because you see, we have a game coming up versus the Liberty. Now, we beat the Liberty, right? We blew them off the court, but we blew them off the court because our big threes went off. And that is what it's going to take to beat the best teams. Who is our big three? Paige Beckers, Arike Ogunbowale, Azzi Fudd. We need all 3 of those players on this team. Our coach's scheme is built based off of 3 guards shooting at high volume. That is what our team is built off of. Defense really is secondary. We want defense to come from our offense. We want, basically what I'm saying is, we want to put so much pressure on people because we're outscoring you so bad that we get them out of their element and then we win the game that way. Basically, forcing them to shoot threes, forcing them to make uncomfortable shots, right? We want, last year, Chris Colclainer said he wanted our defense to lead to our offense. This year, we're the complete opposite. We want our offense to lead to our defense. But anyway, so I'm going to put this graphic on the screen, and I made it 16:9 now. So now that you guys can see it a lot clearer. Because at first it was, I think, basically like the post on Instagram, and it was not very clear. So hopefully, once I post it on the screen, it'll fill up the whole screen. I wonder what graphic I'm going to show first. Should I show the attempts graphic first, or should I show what graphic to show first? I think I'm going to do the attempts graphic first, and then go into the assist graphic. So this is my first graphic. Let me take this rolling thing at the bottom so that we can see the whole text right here. Okay. All right. So, and y'all like my AI Arike? I didn't feel like putting in the picture to make it change, so I was like, okay, AI, you said that's Arike, and that's us. But anyway, let's go over this graphic. And I hope more of y'all come in here because I would really like Azzi fans to come in here because I really want to have a real-time conversation with y'all, a serious one, hopefully where we can actually talk ball and it's not making trash comments, like Arike sucks, she's the worst player and traitor and all this shit. Like, I really want to have an honest conversation with y'all like I was able to have an honest conversation with an Azzi fan a couple days ago. So hopefully, y'all Azzi fans, y'all come into the chat. I would love to talk to y'all. Okay, Miss Matrix. Yeah, thank you, Miss Matrix, for letting me know that. It's going to be me and you rocking in the chat, and that's fine. I'm going to do this show, and hopefully a lot of people may watch it on the playback, and hopefully more people come in. Try to, stall it out, but I can only stall it out so long. But anyway, for everybody watching, hopefully y'all hitting that like button, that share button, and hopefully y'all hitting that subscribe button. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the show. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this show. So you see this graphic, it says Arike attempts don't lie, right? More attempts means more equals more production. And y'all, it's taking me days to make these graphics because all these numbers, like, I'm having to do the math myself. There's no, the WNBA doesn't have what the NFL has, what's this called, next gen stats and shit. WNBA don't have it. So I have to do the whole shit manually. But anyway, so it took me a few days and a lot of edits. And this is also including yesterday's. Today's Monday. Yesterday. Was it yesterday's game? No, it was Saturday's. Yeah. So I also have in here Saturday's game. But whenever we played. Saturday or Sunday? No, it was Sunday. Yeah, so it was yesterday. So I also have yesterday's game in here. So I had to also update. But let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at it. So, y'all give me a second. One second. All right, I'm biting. Let me see if I can actually get myself on the screen. Huh. Why didn't let me get it on screen? It's not changing at all. Come on, bro. Come on. Oh, let me put my own stuff. I'm gonna put myself on the screen and let me like it. Oh, I don't wanna hide it. I just wanna take it. Oh, I don't know why this is not letting me up on the screen. So I guess let me just take this off the screen and then I can put it back, I guess, because I don't know why it's not letting me, why it's not showing on the screen. I don't know. All right, but here y'all go. Surprise, surprise. Okay. So anyway, so when we talk about Arike's attempts are based, Arike's production. Arike's production is based off of her attempts, right? I say that because Arike is a rhythm shooter. She's a rhythm player. She's not like Azzi and she's not like Paige. Doesn't mean that she's not still great because I still believe Arike is a phenomenal player. But what it does mean is they need two different things to get going. So we can't as a coach, right? I know I'm not a coach, right? Jose is our coach, but as a coach, your part of your job is figuring out how to get all of your best players going. Because getting all of your best players going leads to wins. That's what I'm going to show you today. Getting all of your best players going leads to wins, and it leads to wins against the best teams. Now, when you're playing average teams or you're playing losing teams, you can get by, right, with some of your superstars not performing, right? You can get by with some of your superstars not performing when you're playing lesser teams because the competition is less, right? Because the competition or the coaching is less, or however you want to say it. But obviously, if a team is a losing team, they're not good. Just simply saying, they're losing, you're not a good team. Doesn't mean you don't have any talent. It just means as a cohesive unit, it's not working out. That's what that means. So, let me put this graphic back on the screen so that we can talk about Arike's attempts. And I ask for y'all, please keep it respectful in chat. I'm not gonna put up with Arike hater slander. I don't put up with that shit. Now you can say I don't like Arike. You can express your opinion about Arike. So I don't want you to think like you have to sit here and agree with me because I don't need you as a viewer or as a subscriber to agree with me, right? But we're gonna have intelligent conversations. We're not just gonna be up here trolling. I don't do the trolling bullshit. I will snipe you. Figuratively. But anyway, I'm gonna check the chat, see everybody. She said, hey, I learned something today. I appreciate you, Miss Matrix, being in the chat. But, so yeah, we're going to just talk about, and this may be a little bit of a lengthy show, but that's okay. I got about an hour, 45 minutes till the sun go down, so I'm going to just talk until the sun goes down. But anyway, let's look at, my graphics. Let me put my graphic back up here. All right. And also, I want to change this. All right. Give me low. All right. So we put this graphic up here. Okay. Now, what I did is I looked at Arike's best games, right, versus her worst games. How do I judge Arike's best games versus her worst games? Her best games is when she scores. Her worst games is when she does not score. Because you see, Arike is a person where her value is through her offense. Now, she is an effort defender. She's going to do the best she can do to cover her man. But Arike, I said this in the last stream, she's never going to make an all defensive, an all defense team. I always forget how to say it, but you know what I mean. She's not going to make that. Right? So her value to a team comes from offense. There are some players where that's where their value is. Some people are two-way players. So their value is not just like Angel Reese. This is also an Angel Reese fan stand channel, however you want to say it. Angel Reese is a two-way player. So we don't judge Angel just based off of her offense. We judge her based off of her offense and her defense. But Arike, we're going to judge her off of her offense because that's what she really brings to the table, right? If it was different, we'd say it. But we have to be real here. We're not going to be on this. Uh, we're not going to be on here lying because we don't do the lying stuff. Sorry, y'all. Take some water. But anyway, so we look at it. Okay, so in versus the Fever. Now it has under their first half, but that shouldn't be there. That's just a typo. So ignore that. This is from the numbers that I'm giving you is from the whole game, right? Not from the first half. You'll see in the box it says 9 attempts in the first half. So that's what was in the first half. But anyway, so Arike versus the Fever was one of her best games statistically. How she played, I think everybody after seeing that game, that was game 1 versus the Fever. I think everybody after seeing how Jose had Arike looking in that game, we said, okay, you got me a believer. I said that because I wasn't a believer of Jose at first, but after that I said, okay, Jose, you got me a believer because he showed me that he had a plan for Arike, right? And I believe having a plan for Arike is integral to this team getting over the hump. Having a plan, because like I said, she is one of your best players. So you need to have a plan for her. If you didn't have a plan for her, then you shouldn't have brought her back. Hey, she was a free agent. She was willing to go elsewhere. You're the one who said you wanted her. That means you have to have a plan for her as a coach, right? So anyway, so versus the Fever, she had 9 attempts in the first half, right? But she ended up having, and then I split up her 2-point versus her 3-point attempts. The reason that I'm splitting up the 2-point versus 3-point attempts is because Arike is a player that can score on all 3 levels. But you'll see, right, how we've been using her. And I think some of this may be, I hope my number's not wrong. But you'll see how we've been using her is that she's kind of become this. We've been playing her at the wing, basically. We've been playing her as a small forward, stand in the corner, play defense, shoot these open threes, right? That's how we've been playing Arike, but that's not Arike's game. Arike is a rhythm player. Arike has to get in rhythm to produce. The way that she gets in rhythm to produce is she does need the ball in her hands. Now, she doesn't need the ball in her hands every play, right? But she does need the ball in her hands, and it would work because we feel the same way about Paige. We know Paige can play with the ball in her hands, and she's phenomenal. But Paige doesn't need to have the ball in her hand 24/7. We do like how she plays off ball as well. So Arike doesn't have to have the ball 24/7, but she does need the ball frequently. She does need the ball consistently, and not just scoring. She needs it attempts. Like, she needs to be touching the ball pretty much every offensive possession. Doesn't mean she needs to shoot it every offensive possession, but she does need the ball every offensive possession. Or let's just say every other offensive possession. But how she's currently been playing, she's going several offensive possessions where she's not touching the ball. Then you want to throw the ball to her in the corner and expect her to hit a 3. She's not going to do it. That's why you're seeing her efficiency go down, her production. That's what I'm saying. You're seeing her production go down, right? So anyway, so in her best games versus the Fever, she had 7 2-point attempts, 7 2-point attempts, 7 3-point attempts. Balance. Versus the Sparks, she had 9 2-point attempts, she had 11 3-point attempts. Balance. Versus the Aces, game 2, she had 6 2-point attempts, she had 11 3-point attempts. So that wasn't as balanced, but she was hitting them hoes, so that's okay, right? So you see her total attempts versus the Fever, 14. Total attempts versus the Sparks, 20. Total attempts versus the Aces, 17, right? So in each of those games, right, she scored. I didn't even put the scores in here, but I can tell you the score. I think versus the Fever, because I've looked at these games so much. I looked at these games so much, so I pretty much had them memorized. But let me see. I'm pretty sure versus the Fever, she had 22 points. Yeah. See, I told y'all I got these games memorized. Versus the Fever, she had 22 points, went 8 of 15 from the floor, 3 of 7 from the 3-point. Versus the Sparks, she went 10 of 21. Incredible. This was Arike's 30-point game, which I don't think Paige or Azzi has had a 30-point game yet. But I'm pretty sure Paige will. Azzi might too. I think both of them are capable. So anyway, versus the Sparks, Arike had 30 points. She went 10 of 21 from the field, 6 of 11 from the 3-point line. It did versus the Aces game 2. She had 6 2-point attempts. Sorry, let me pull that up. Aces game, here we go, right here. Aces game 2, she had 22 points, right? Went 6 of 16 from the field, 5 of 11 from the 3-point. And she had 4 rebounds and 7 assists. So Arike has had some great games, and she's had some great games against top competition. Right? So, which the Indiana Fever, that's a playoff team. The Aces, that's a playoff team. The Sparks with Kelsey Plum will most likely be a playoff team. So you see that her best games are against playoff teams, and she's getting her attempts. That's what I'm trying to show. She's getting her attempts. She's getting her chance to score. Right? Now let's look at Arike's attempts. Right? Let's look at Arike. So I got this all. Look, you can take a screenshot of this. In Arike's 3 best games, she's actually averaging 17 attempts. So in the games where she actually produced, she's actually getting 17 attempts. Right? She's averaging 17 attempts. Now let's look at her attempts versus the Las Vegas Aces game 3. She had 5 2-point attempts, 5 3-point attempts. That's only 10 total attempts. Versus the Storm game 2. She only played 20 minutes. So this was a game Jose barely played her, which I think is weird. But Jose, well, she wasn't producing, so I can understand why, he sat her. But again, look at her attempts. 2 2-point attempts, y'all. In a whole fucking game, Arike only got 2 2-point attempts and 3 3-point attempts in an entire basketball game. How do you expect a volume shooter, a shooter that is a rhythm shooter, to get in rhythm when you only gave her 5 attempts and played her 20 minutes? See, this is the type of shit where you say, Jose, what the fuck are you actually doing? What actually are you doing? Because are you going in the game saying, this is what I'm saying, they put a governor, they started putting a collar on Arike. Because 10 attempts, 5 attempts, and then versus the Mercury, I think because in the Aces and the Storm game, she only scored like 5 or 4 points. Same thing with the Mercury. I think the Mercury, she only scored 4 points. She got 6 2-point attempts, 3 3-point attempts for 9 total attempts. So in Arike's 3 worst games, she's actually averaging only 8 attempts. In her worst games, she's averaging 8. In her best games, she's averaging 17. Let me look at the text. Wayne said she has bad shot selection. Okay, you think she has bad shot selection this year? Because I'm showing you in these last 5 games, bro, she's not shooting the ball. And I don't know if you watch the game, Waynes. Do you watch the WNBA games? Specifically, do you watch the Wings? And I'm not being funny. I'm genuinely asking. I'm not being funny because I don't know. So you can comment that. But she's actually not shooting the ball. And I spoke to an Azzi stand the other day who said this is Arike's best year where she's not taking bad shots. She's not. She's actually just shooting like wide open shots. You said I watched every Wings game this year. Okay. And you're saying that you think that she's taking bad shots when she's barely taking shots. The games where she takes shots, we are winning those games. The games when she doesn't take shots, we're not doing too good in those games. So, like versus the Aces, we didn't win. Now we did win versus the Storm. We did win versus the Mercury, right? But those are teams that are terrible. Those are like teams that are bottom of the league. The Storm and the Mercury, like those teams are in the single digits. I think they have like 5 or 6 wins. They may have 11 wins total. I think together combined. So anyway, so I said less attempts equals less impact. Arike thrives when she's involved. She has to be the second option or the Wings won't win consistently. And I'm going to show you why I believe she should be the second option. I'm not sending Azzi to the bench, making her a second option. I'm just switching roles. So I'm not saying send Azzi to the bench. I do not think Azzi needs to be sent to the bench. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm arguing. But what I'm saying is that Arike, a person who used to be top of the league in scoring since she entered the league and only took a back seat because Paige Beckers came on this team, who Paige Beckers is better than her. So no one's disputing that. And that's why Arike has taken a second. She's taken a back seat. But she's still a great player where she doesn't deserve to be moved all the way to the third and fourth option. I mean, in some of these games, she's taking less attempts than Jessica Shepard. I didn't look into that, but I know that, right? I didn't put those numbers on here, but she's taking, in some of these games, less attempts than Jess Shepard. That can't really happen. But anyway, I said, there's a 53% drop on her attempts in her best games versus her worst games. 53%. Her attempts are dropping by 53% in her best games versus her worst games. Okay? The team record over these last 5 games is 3-2, right? So we have a win versus, I think, the Storm, a win versus Connecticut, a win versus Toronto Tempo. Those teams are teams that are either way or slightly below 500. The Toronto Tempo was below 500. The Storm is below 500. The Connecticut Suns are below 500, and they're way below. It's not like, oh, I'm just a couple games. No, I'm way below 500. Right? And the 2 losses that we've had, where Arike's attempts were very low, we're only been winning by an average. That should be fixed. It's not 2 points. I think it's probably like 6 points. We're winning by an average of like 6 points now because I had to include the numbers from yesterday's game. But we're barely winning. Like yesterday was the biggest margin we've led by versus the Storm, y'all, who is a team that, again, is way below 500. We only won by 2 points. Versus the Connecticut Sun, we only won by 3 points. Versus, who else? The Toronto Tempo, that was our largest point differential. I think we won by 6 points. So we're barely winning these games. And outside of yesterday's games, Paige has had to become fucking Superman late in the fourth for us to even pull off wins against teams that are way below 500. That should not be happening. But you'll see in each and every one of those games, Arike's attempts were low as fuck. Her attempts were low as fuck. Right? I didn't include the Lynx game, but if her attempts versus the Minnesota Lynx, let me pull it up. Her attempts versus the Minnesota Lynx, 9. We lost that game. her attempts versus the Aces, I already had that on there, is what? 10, right? So 9, 10 attempts, that's not going to get it done for Arike. It's not, especially when those attempts are so sporadic throughout the game. Some of these games, she was getting 1 or 2 attempts in the whole second half. Like, if that's what you brought Arike to do, is to play defense and shoot wide open threes, then you might as well just go ahead and trade her. I'm going to say that. I'm going to be on record saying that. Go ahead and trade her. Because you're not going to get any efficient production out of her. In order for her to produce, she needs the attempts. That's just point blank period. Okay? So, and that's what I said. Over these last 5 games, she's averaging 9 attempts, 6 points per game. Yesterday, she finally got into the double digits. Barely. After, what was it, like 3 to 4 straight games of single digits. And so I said, if Arike doesn't get her attempts, she will not produce. This is why Jose is at fault. If she was a focal point of offense anymore, there's no way in hell she would be averaging 9 attempts over her last 5 games. Her not producing is hurting the team. Why? You can say, oh, Star, the record is 3-2 though. Yeah, but I just put it, let me reiterate it again. The wins are against below 500 teams, way below 500 teams, and we're barely winning those games. There's no reason that you should be barely winning those games versus those awful teams if Arike, Azzi, and Paige are producing. There's no way in hell against any of those low-level teams that we should be barely winning those series. Like Toronto Tempo, they almost beat us with like 2 to 3 starters out. The game was way too close up until the very end. Now, I'll concede and say this, and I'm going to go on screen for a little bit. I will concede and say this. I do like the aggressiveness that all 3 guards were playing with yesterday. I do think all 3 guards were playing with aggressiveness, and that's what I want to see. I want to see aggressiveness from our best shooters. And it felt like Paige knew she could shoot the ball whenever she wanted. Azzi knew she could shoot the ball whenever she wanted. Arike knew she could shoot the ball. And that's how we have to continue to play if we want to win. It's simple. Arike cannot be taking 5 shot attempts, 10 shot attempts, 9 shot attempts, 6 shot attempts. That's not going to get it done. Again, in her best game, she's averaging 17. I said Arike needs between 15 to 20 attempts a game. Paige, same, 15 to 20 attempts a game. Azzi, let's say anywhere from 10 to 15. Because Azzi can produce, unless I'm going to put my second graphic on the screen in a minute, but Azzi can produce with not a lot of attempts. See, y'all got to follow me and listen to what I'm saying. This isn't a fact of who's better, blah, 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 blah. It's a fact of who fits what best. I don't think you got to move either of them to the bench. I think you need to switch their roles. Now, I got to look deeper into the game yesterday because, of course, I just watched the game live action. I'm going to watch back to see what was the difference. Did they switch Azzi and Arike's roles? And maybe they did, but I got to go look because I don't know. But I do know Arike had the ball in her hands a lot more and was finally able to get into the double damn digits because she actually got 13 attempts, which I still think is too low because I said 15 to 20, right? If she had 15 to 20, she would have had more than 10 points. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't look at Arike like Azzi or Paige. She's not an efficient shooter, y'all. Do y'all want me to show y'all she's not an efficient shooter? She's never had this high field goal percentage. She's never had that, like, ever in her career. Let me go. her whole y'all can look at it. It's for her whole career. Like, she's not an efficient shooter. You can't turn somebody into something else. Like, Arike been in the league too long. She is who she is. She is who she is. She's a rhythm shooter. You know what I'm saying? She is not. Now, this doesn't mean, because some nights in some games, Arike has played very efficiently. Did y'all know there's some games where Arike has taken the least amount of shots and played the least amount of minutes out of Azzi and Paige and scored the most points? Did y'all know that? So, Arike can do it, but that's just not her game. She's not going to be this efficient shooter night in and night out. She's not. But anyway, let's look at this. So, y'all take a look at this. You can look at Arike's field goal percentage for her career. 38.8, 41.2, 38.3, 40%, 39.98, 38.3, 36, 33, right? Now, is she shooting the lowest in her career? She sure is. Her field goal percentage is the lowest in her career, right? But let's look at how many attempts she has. Let me see, do they put the attempts on here? Woo! Sorry, y'all. I'm out here with the boobs. Let me look at this. Okay, yeah. So y'all can see it there on the screen. All right. Let's say, what did they say? Field goal makes attempts. Okay, look. So her attempts, 16.7. 19.7. And look, this is attempt. This is field goal made to field goal attempts. Her average per game. So her rookie year, she made about 6.5 shots off of 16 attempts. Her sophomore year, she made about 8 shots off of 19 attempts. Right? 2021, she made 6 shots off of 16 attempts. 2022, she made almost 7 shots off of 17 attempts. 2023, which was the last time we were a playoff team, she made 7.5 shots off of 18 attempts. Like, look at Arike's attempts. 16, 19, 16, 17, 18. 2024, that was the last time she was an all-star. That was the year before Paige. She made 7 shots off of 19 attempts. Look how far her attempts have fallen, you guys. It's not a coincidence. It's just simple math. If she has less attempts, she's going to score less. It's as simple as that. If she has less attempts, she's going to score less. She's only averaging this year. Well, why is she's only averaging 4? Yeah, because look at her attempts. Even from last year, her attempts are down from last year. And that was from a coach who didn't know what the fuck he was doing. From a coach who didn't know what the fuck he was doing, he still had Arike producing more than Jose Fernandez. She was averaging 15.5 points last year. This year, only 13. Her minutes are also down. Like, she was averaging, 32 minutes a game? 32 minutes a game. Then this year, only 28.8 minutes. Like, all of her shit is down. So that's why all of her production is down. It's just as simple as that. If she doesn't get the same amount of attempts, she's only going to get the same amount of points. If she doesn't get the same amount of minutes, she's not going to get the same amount of points. So anyway, let me take a break. I've been talking a lot. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. It says, so you saying you want to take my move forward and going into the future? No, I'm saying for this year, Wayne. So that's a good question. Thank you for asking that, Wayne. I'm saying for this year, y'all. Not saying next year or the year beyond that. Right? Because at some point, Azzi is going to be ready for that number 2 role. Right? Now, I do know we signed Arike for the next 3 years. but you can make that transition, right? I'm just saying for this year, because here's where I'm at. We made the Las Vegas Aces. I don't care that they won that last game. We made y'all look silly 3 games in a row. Sorry, not 3 games, but 2 games in a row. We made y'all look silly. We blew the Liberty off the court. Beat Indiana back to back pretty much because we played them in preseason, beat them with our backups, then played them game 1, beat them in their house. So like, we are a team that is constructed right now to win. If we couldn't compete with the Aces or we couldn't compete with the Liberty, then I say, you know what? Sure. Let's just spend this year. Let's just develop AZ, develop all our young people, and plan for next year. Shit. If we didn't have Arike, I would be fine with this plan. If we didn't, if we just had AZ, if we just was the young and turn, like they like to call themselves, if we was just AZ and Paige and Lee Uru and Zaza, that was our starters, I'd be like, shit. We not winning shit this year. We ain't built for it. So let's develop everybody. Let's just build for next year. Next year we gonna have a high as fuck draft pick. Maybe we can get Juju, which we don't need Juju because we got paid for it. Hypothetically, maybe we can get Juju. You know what I'm saying? That's what my thinking would be. But this year, we are constructed to win. So I'm saying, what do we need to win it all? And what we need to win it all is consistent production from our big 3. If Jet Shepard goes off, she's a first-year starter, great. If Awak Career goes off, great. If Zaza goes off, great. But the people that we should be focusing on getting going is Paige, Arike, Azzi Fudd. That's how I feel like it, because I feel like the wings, we can compete for a championship this year. If I didn't feel that we had the personnel, then I'd just be like, it's a wash anyway. Like last year was a wash. 2024, it was a wash. We weren't winning shit. So it didn't matter that JJ Quinterly was our starter. It didn't matter that JJ Quinterly was our starter because we weren't going to win anything anyways. You saw as soon as we knew that we were contenders, AZ went her way. I mean, not AZ, sorry. JJ Quinterly went her way. Wayne says, I respect your answer. That's valid. Yeah, see, that's all I'm saying, Wayne. I'm not saying, and I still this year, I'm not saying send either of them to the bench. Paulo said, yes, so far not impressed with Fudd. I would say I'm impressed. Not by her shooting, but I'm impressed by her defense. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I think AZ has a strong case to make all defensive team. She has a strong case. Like, her defense has shocked the hell out of me. And that was something where she was not scouted to be great at. So that means like she knew what she was deficient in and she put in the work. She said, while y'all was running y'all's map, I was running to the gym. So shout out to AZ. I like AZ. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want AZ at first. I wanted our fam, but after being here and seeing her play, I think she's great. I think we can really develop her to be something special, right? But the key word is develop. We need to develop her and not force her to be something that she's not ready to be. Just point blank period. It's like if it was only AZ and Paige, we would have to force her into that role. But because we have Arike, who is a former number 1, who is now become a number 2, right? Because you have Paige on the team who's better. You use that tandem. You use the whole trio. It's just the fact that AZ is a person that we want to throw the ball to wide open, and she can hit a wide open 3 in her fucking sleep. I don't want to be throwing a wide open 3 to Arike when she hasn't had the ball in 3 to 4 minutes. I don't. It's dumb. It's not going to work. But I know I can do that to AZ. And she'll make that hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is pretty much our most Well, no, that's a lie. Paige is our best shooter and most efficient shooter. But after her, I would say Azzi, as far as efficiency, Azzi clears Arike. Now, see, I can say that. I'm not, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a hater. This isn't a hater. This isn't, I'm championing for Arike. I do love Arike, but I'm not championing for her. I'm just talking about what I think is best. He said it would be a travesty if she doesn't make all defensive team. Yeah, I agree, Wayne. I think she should make all defensive team. I mean, there's no guards doing, like, even her and Ryan Howard, they're probably like tied in skills, but blocks, that's another thing. Azzi is our best defender, and she can guard bigger. She can guard big wing players. Like, she can guard a Courtney Williams. She can guard a Gabby Williams. She can guard those types of players. Right now, we've had Arike trying to guard those players. It's not going to work. It's just a clear fucking mismatch. Like, duh. Courtney Williams is going to cook Arike. I'm sorry. She's going to cook her. 6'2", 5'8". 6'2", 5". She's going to cook her every day of the week. It doesn't matter how hard Arike tries. She's going to get cooked. But see, if we had Azzi on, I would love to see this next Lynx game. We need to see how smart Jose is. Put Azzi on Courtney Williams. Let's see what happens. Put Azzi on Courtney Williams. I bet you Azzi will lock her the down. I really would like to see it. Like, I need Jose to get smarter. Because this team, the way it's constructed, is so good that by halftime, it really shouldn't even be a game. By halftime, it really shouldn't even be a game by halftime. And yet, our GOAT and Paige Beckers has been, like, first of all, we're playing her too many minutes. We're playing Azzi too many minutes. These are players that have had injury history, especially Azzi. She's had severe injury history. You're playing her too many minutes. You're playing Paige too many minutes, and she's having to become Superman versus these teams. Like, come on, bro, no. And to try to make our GOAT that she has to step outside of herself gaming and game fucking out, bro, that's not gonna work. We need her to step out from herself when we need a 3 to win versus the Lynx. That's what we need. When we facing the Liberty, we need her to get to the line and win us the game by free throws. Like, that's when we need Paige to be fucking Paige Beckers, the best guard in the fucking world. But Paige having a versus Connecticut and who else? I don't know. These teams, the Storm. Like, come on, bro. No. Paige first in those games. Paige should be sitting down by like top of the fourth. Zaza go play. We should be resting our GOAT. But we want to use up all of our GOAT's chi versus these ass teams that makes no fucking sense. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, off of my rant, let me show y'all the second graphic, and then if I don't hear you, I'm gonna be out here in the dark. I talk too much, y'all. I really get it from my daddy. We just don't know how to shut up. Okay. And for everybody watching, saying the numbers are low, but if you're watching, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to Stargazer Sports. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. Please donate to Stargazer Sports. Let me see if I can put the banner back, because I should be able to. Yeah. So please donate to Stargazer Sports as well. Hit the Cash App. If you donate to me via Cash App, I'm going to shout you out in the show, but I don't think anybody has donated so far. But yeah. And also, please hit the Super Chat. If you're on the YouTube side, I know people are watching on X, but if you're on the YouTube side, you can also hit the Super Chat. All right. But anyway, let's get down to the nitty fucking gritty. Okay. So I said the data is clear. Arike should be your number 2 option. Okay. Arike. Now let's look at the average. Okay. So Arike's average before Azzi started, which means before Azzi became the number 2 option, Arike was averaging 15 points per game, 32 minutes per game. That's really good. That's a very good number 2. That's very good number 2 option numbers behind Paige Beckers, right? 15 points per game, 32 minutes per game. Great. Awesome. Amazing. Since she's become the number 3 option, right? So after Azzi has begun starting, she's only averaging 12 points per game and 27 minutes per game. And that type of production is not going to cut it versus the best teams. I'm trying to tell y'all right now. It's not going to cut it. When you're facing a team like the Aces that have Asia Wilson that can score, they have Jackie Young that's a phenomenal scorer, they have Chelsea Gray that can score, they have Jewel Lloyd that can score. Now Nalissa Thomas is scoring. Nalissa Smith is scoring. Then they got Bell off the bench that can score. Like you still got Candy Carter, even though that shit getting weird, but you still got, like, when you have that much offensive power, I'm sorry, 2 is not greater than 6. So unless Azzi and Paige are going to be putting up about 30 to 40 points per night, which is not going to fucking happen. But unless Azzi and Paige are going to be put 30 to 40 points per night, no, it's not okay to just have those 2 as an option. It's not. All right. I'm going to have to look up this on my phone because it's small as fuck for me on my screen. Oh, I'm stupid as hell. I'm like, Lord, make the screen big. Okay. Anyway, so I want y'all to really look at, and y'all can screenshot this or whatever. Give me my credit, because if I see my graphic online and y'all don't give me my credit, I'm gonna flame you. But anyway, so comparing when Arike has more minutes versus when Azzi has more. Comparing when Arike has more attempts or minutes versus when Azzi has more attempts or minutes than Arike. All right. So when Arike has more attempts and or more minutes than Azzi, these are the game results. W versus the Fever, playoff team. W versus the Mystics, likely a playoff team. W versus the Sky, losing team. W versus the Liberty, playoff team. W versus the Sparks, probably going to be a playoff team. W versus the Aces, for sure a playoff team. W versus the Storm, W versus the Storm, losing team. W versus the Sun, losing team. Right? And then we look at her losses. Versus the Lynx, obviously a winning team. Versus Portland, she had less attempts in that game than Azzi, but she did have more minutes, right? And remember, Portland, that's a game Paige didn't play. We lost by a point. So with Paige, we would easily win that game with how Arike played. But still, she lost it, right? And then versus the Aces, I think that was game 3, she lost it. She had one more attempt, I think, than Azzi, but she played 3 less minutes. So she had one more attempt, but she had 3 less minutes. So she had less minutes she had less opportunities, basically. Her record, when she has more attempts or more minutes than Azzi, the Wings record is 8-4. Right? 8-4. Right? So her win percentage, 8 over 12, right? 8 wins over 12 total games is a 66.67 win percentage. So we would just say a 67%, right? She has 67%. When she has more attempts or minutes than Azzi, the Wings are going to win 67% of the time. When she has more attempts or minutes than Azzi, the Wings win 67% of the time. All right, now let's look at when Azzi has more attempts or more minutes than Arike. Let's look at the game results. So versus the Aces, W, okay, versus the Storm, right? She had 6 more minutes. So versus the Storm, W, right? But let's look at the context. She had 6 more minutes than Arike. She had 6 less attempts than Arike. They both had 9 points. Versus the Storm, game 1. She took a loss versus the Lynx, right? She had more minutes than Arike. She had more attempts than Arike. She had less points. Versus the Mercury, she went off in that game great. Arike did not, right? Then we have an L versus Portland, right? She had 1 more attempt, 3 less minutes. I gave that loss to both of them, right? Because the clearly data says attempts and or minutes, right? So versus the Valkyrie, L, that's a winning team. She had more attempts, more minutes than Arike. Took an L. Okay. Versus the Sky, win, right? Versus the Storm, game 2, win, right? Versus the Aces, loss, right? She had 3 more minutes and 1 less attempt, lost that game. Versus the Lynx, lost that game. I think that was like Lynx game 3. We'd never beat the Lynx, so we never beat them. And then I added versus the Sun. She had 6 more. Versus the Sun that we just played, she had 6 more minutes, 3 less attempts, scored less points than Arike. We won that game, but look at the context. And then versus the Tempo, she had more minutes, more minutes than Arike. We won. Okay, so her record, and is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, her record is 7-5 when she has more minutes and or more attempts than Arike. She is 7-5. Is that correct? Let's see. Count on screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I'm just making sure, y'all, because like I said, I had to do all this shit by hand, which means I had to go through every fucking game and record the numbers by hand. So I'm just trying to make sure my math is right and not fucked up. So anyway, so when Azzi has more attempts or more minutes than Arike, the Wings record is 7-5, which means the Wings have a 58% chance of winning. 58% chance of winning compared to 66 or 67. Let's say 58 versus 67. So you have pretty much a 10% higher chance of winning when Arike is your number 2 option versus when Azzi is your number 2 option. I just said what was on the screen. Whose production leads to the most wins for the Dallas Wings? When Arike leads in attempts and her minutes, 8-4. When Azzi leads in attempts or minutes, 7-5. Okay? When Arike is given more opportunities, the Wings win 66.7% of the time. That's what a number 2 option looks like. But we need to look. I want to look deeper into this. So if we look below, okay, let's look at when these players are actually scoring double digits, right? Because double digits, if you score double digits, that's a pretty good game usually. Now, of course, you got to look at how else you other contributed, but scoring the double digits is pretty good, right? So, I said when Arike scores double digits, the Wings record is 8-4. Okay? Now, in those wins, Azzi did score more than Arike, but only in 3 of her wins. Okay? So, in 3 of Arike's wins, Azzi scored more than her. So, she's responsible for 38% of Arike's wins. I say responsible, which means if I outproduced you, I'm saying that I'm responsible for your win. Doesn't mean you didn't contribute, but I contributed more than you. Right? So, Azzi scored more than Arike in 3 out of her 8 wins. So, that gives her a 38%. She's responsible for 38% of Arike's wins. Now, when Azzi scores double digits, she's 10-3. Right? 8-4, 10-3. She's 10-3. But Arike scored more than Azzi in 5 of those wins. So she's responsible. Y'all like my fake Azzi Fudd? I literally told AI, here's a picture of Azzi. That's what they keep producing. But anyway, so when Arike scored more than Azzi in 5 of those, so she scored more than Azzi, and Azzi is 10-3 when the Wings, are 10-3 when Azzi scores double digits. But out of those 10 wins, Arike scored more than her. She scored more than Azzi in 5 of those wins. So literally 50% of Azzi's wins, Arike is responsible for. Y'all can go through and check my math and see if Star Writer, is she blowing smoke up our asses. But these are the numbers that came out. Based off the data that I put in, these are the numbers that came out. The reason, like I said, I focused on attempts and minutes is because Arike needs her attempts to produce. right? I said that. Arike needs her attempts to produce. That's why I have this graphic. I'll put it back on the screen so y'all can see it. Arike needs her attempts to produce. In her best games, she's averaging 17 attempts. In her worst games, she's only averaging 8. That's a 53% drop off. Over her last game, she's only averaging 9 attempts. And it was 6 before yesterday. That's why I feel like we changed something yesterday. Because before yesterday's game, y'all, she was only averaging 6 attempts a game and 6 points per game in her last 5 games. Right? So that's why I'm focusing on attempts and minutes. Because the attempts and minutes of Arike correlate with her production. Right? And so when I'm showing you I'm showing you guys hard numbers on the screen. Right there. That when Arike produces, the Wings have a better win percentage. When Arike scores in double digits, the Wings have a better win percentage. The Wings have a better win percentage, right? Now, double digits, 10-3 versus 8-4. But as I said, out of 5 of Azzi's wins, out of Azzi's 10 wins, Arike scored more than her in 5 of those. So this is my argument, and I'm gonna put myself back on the screen. But this is my argument, you guys, on why I believe that Arike should be the number 2 option. And I'm talking about this year. I'm not talking about years beyond, right? But when I look at the 2 players, right, this is what I think the players' best strengths are, right? Arike has elite shot creation. She's a volume shooter. Let me just put because I have it right here, don't I? Oh, no, that's not it. Didn't I have one yesterday? Okay, yeah. So this is why. So elite shot creation, volume shooter, proven leader. Why do I say proven leader? Because last year and years beyond that, y'all, Arike was the leader of this team. And I even see Arike still being the leader of this team. Yes, this is Paige Becker's team, but when I'm talking about the person who was coaching on the floor, who was telling people, go over here, go over there, every time in the huddle, telling them what we need to do, every time we do a timeout, it's Arike leading the timeouts, y'all. This is what the reporters are saying. This is not me making this shit up. So Arike is still leading the team. She may not be producing, but they look to Arike as a leader. They look to her as their veteran. That's why the team looks to her and sees her. So regardless of if we think Arike's ass, which I don't, I think she's a great player. But if you think Arike's not a great player, that's not how the team sees her, right? But then I look at Azzi. She's elite efficiency, which means I don't need a lot of attempts to produce. She's your best defender, and she's an extremely impactful playmaker. It's no question. What is her record when she's in double digits? 10-3. Even though Arike scored more than her in 5 of those games, she still scored in double digits, which means I still contributed. So Azzi and Arike, and I think I don't have the percentage on here, but when Azzi and Arike both produce at a high clip, I think I say when they both produce in double digits, the Wings have pretty much a 70% win percentage. When Azzi and Arike both produce, they both score in double digits, the Wings have a 70% win percentage. 70%. So, all in all, y'all. Oh, that's old. Apple. That was 5 hours ago. I need some of that. But anyway, let me look at the chat. What y'all saying? Trade agent? Oh, Joy, you just spamming the chat for stupid stuff. Hell no, we're not trading agent. That's the dumbest thing ever. Trade our best defender and most efficient shooter. Okay, hell no. I don't think sets are always a barometer. Arike is a ball hog that thinks no shot is a bad shot. That's actually not true, Top Gun. And that's actually a lie that's been, and I'm gonna do another show about that because that's a really nasty lie that has played Arike plagued Arike her whole career, that she's just this ball hog and she doesn't care about her teammates, and that's just a lie. Because unfortunately, y'all, I went back and watched the games in 2021 and 2023, and I didn't see a ball hog shot chucker at all. And anytime Arike took those shots, it's because she had to take those shots, not because she wanted to take those shots. So that's a lie, but that's unfortunately a narrative that's out there. That I'm a really deep, really dive deep into that, because I really hate that plagues her. And even if you could say that about her last year, you definitely can't say that about her this year. That's just my opinion from what I've seen. But yeah. Riri said, wouldn't it make more sense to one player with high efficiency taking the most shots? No. And the reason why I'm saying no is because I still want Azzi to take between 10 to 15 shots a game. So she still needs to take double-digit shots, but she doesn't need to take as much as Arike, because she doesn't need to take as much shots as Arike to produce. Arike's production is based off of how much attempts or how much she has the ball in her hands, pretty much. So not just a shot attempts, but also I looked at how it correlated with her just assisting. And whenever Arike is involved in the game, right, she's going to produce. But when she's just sporadically taking a shot here, sporadically taking a shot there, that's not how you're going to get the best out of her. And Azzi is the best at three-point shooting on the team. She can hit a wide open three in her sleep. Arike is not a high efficient three-point shooter. Yes, we do know her from a step back three, but that's the step back three. So that's when I have the ball in my hands and I step back. Not, I'm sitting in a corner, throw me the ball, I'm going to shoot a three. If Arike's just sitting in the corner, you throw her the ball and she's cold, 9 times out of 10, she's not going to make that three. She's a rhythm player. She has to get into rhythm to play. That's just how it is. Like, there's no changing that. That's who she is. It says, Arike shot 520 in the Liberty game and Azzi shot more, wins one. That wasn't on your graphic, so everything you said was invalidated. What? Arike shot 520 in the game and Azzi shot more, and the Wings won, and that wasn't on your graphic, so everything you said was invalidated. Okay. Okay, if that's what you're saying. I didn't have the Liberty on my graphic, I did. Okay, put Arike on option 2. Been watching her for years is what I've seen, and I don't really even care. You'll make a market for me again. It's a lot of shots. When she is hot, she's off, and when she's off, she's going to lose. I mean, he said it. When she's hot, she's off. When she's off, you're going to lose. So doesn't that mean that you should help her get on? I think so. And there's a lot of y'all in here, but y'all not. Are y'all liking the stream? Y'all should be liking the stream. Hit the like button, like it says down below. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe, please, to Stargazer Sports. Because if you haven't done it, what are you doing? And it's about time for me to go inside, y'all, because it's getting dark as hell out here. I'll take a few more comments, and then we'll look at this. Oh. For example, she's shooting 3 and 12 in a close game. We can't afford to keep. Arike has lots of assistance this year, but her pitch is still circling on 12 shot attempts. It doesn't make sense for her to get more shots unless she's on a heater during a specific game. Yeah, I don't agree with that, because when let me slow down and reread your comment. So Arike has bought into the system. Okay, agree. This year, but her efficiency is still struggling on 12 shot attempts. It doesn't make sense for her to get more shots unless she's on a heater during a specific game. Well, when shooters are cold, the only way that they can get out of it is just to keep shooting. Now, obviously, Arike is not going to take the shot, right? She's not going to take a 3-point shot, if the game is on the line, and she hasn't been doing that. I mean, Arike hasn't been taking any shots when the game is on the line. You can clearly see over these past few games, the ball goes into Paige's hands when the game's on the line. Nobody else's hands, Paige Becker's, which is what you should do. I mean, when the game is on the line, you got to give the ball to the best player. Thank you, Top Gun. I appreciate that. He said, I liked and I subscribed to. Thank you so much, Top Gun. I appreciate that. Amani, the Lynx game, I mean, not the Lynx, I didn't include that game. And I think because when I originally did this, I was talking about how the trajectory changed after AZ started. And so I ended up including all the games. But either way, both of those games, it would have just balanced out as a win for both of them. Right? So it would just been a win for both of them. Yeah, it would have been a win. I can't believe I didn't have that on Graphic though. But anyway, I think Shepard was a great pickup for y'all. Shepard has been great. And I did vote for her. I don't think she should have been a starter, but I do think she should have been an all-star. So picking up Shepard has been great for us. I think when she went through the 214, 111, 5 of 20. I mean, are you saying this year? Or are you saying just period in her career? I would like to know. But anyways, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in, tapping in, seeing my argument with why I think Arike should be the second option. I think there aren't enough shots to go along. Even Paige is only getting 15 shots while shooting 52% of from the field. No, I think you can still get that because the other night Arike got 13, I think, and Paige and AZ got 16. So realistically, they all can shoot in the 16s. But when we've had games where Arike had 20, Paige had 15, and AZ had like 12. So you can reverse that. Paige had 20, Arike had 15, AZ have 11. You know, however you want to do that. Amani said it was this year. Okay, well, Jackie Young had 3 games where she shot like 0 or whatever. Everybody has, I mean, shooters are going to have games where they're cold. I don't know what to really say to you. But all I know is that when Arike gets her attempts, and I can show it on the screen one last time, these are just a fact. Wait, no, sorry, that's the wrong way. In Arike's best games, she's averaging 17 attempts. In her worst games, she's averaging 8 attempts. So, Arike, in order to produce, needs attempts. And she needs consistent attempts. And she also needs to green light. I'll add this before I get off of here, too. Because I'm going to probably do another graphic about that. But she also has to have versatility of shots as well. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these games, y'all, like, it's not, Arike's not even taking 2-point shots. Now, in her best game, she is. But in her worst games, she's hardly shooting the 2 ball. It's a bunch of threes, and it's a lot of threes where she's standing in the corner, shoot a 3. Like, that's not Arike's game. So, you do have to look at the games as well as look at the numbers. So, I look at both. I don't just look at the numbers. I also look at the games, right? So, but anyway, and I'm not saying y'all don't, because I believe y'all look at both too. You know, I'm just saying I look at both. I don't just look at one thing. You got to look at the film and you got to look at the numbers, because the numbers don't tell the whole story, right? And the film does tell the whole story, but numbers help bring the film into context. But anyways, guys, thank y'all so much. Clearly it's getting dark as hell out here, so I have to even lean closer. But thank y'all. Y'all can stay for the outro so that y'all can see like all my social medias. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. They're not all the same name, so that's why I have an outro video so y'all can see all of that. But thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Until next time, I might do another live tomorrow or maybe the day after tomorrow, because we do play tomorrow night versus Liberty. But okay, guys, thank y'all so much. Till next time, peace.
In perspective, she has 2 3-pointers tonight. She had made 4 total for the season coming into tonight. Angel Reese, good shoulder.